Well, here we go. We have Gwaelin in our arms. We are going to return her to her home. Nobody mind. We're just walking carrying the princess you're supposed to be protecting. Don't come help me or anything. It's fine. I killed a dragon to get her. In case anybody wants to know. Forever shall I be grateful for the gift of my daughter returned to her home, Aleph. Accept my thanks. Now, Gwaelin, come to my side. Gwaelin then whispers, Wait a moment, please. I would give a present to Aleph. Please accept my love, Aleph. Even when we two are parted by great distances, I shall be with thee. Farewell, Aleph. No, I'm not going to tell you anything, King. Yeah, I'm continuing with my quest. I don't need to talk to those Imperial Scrolls of Honor. What does she do? I don't remember. Yeah, sure. Love you. That's great. Oh, we get a song. It's never happened when I've told somebody I love them. Not once. Oh, brave Aleph. I can't figure out a way to stick with how to say his name. Word of advice, save thy money for more expensive armor. Listen to what people say, it can be of great help. I thought he was going to say, hey, go take the stuff in this place. You were freaking out about her. Hey, come back here. Thank you for saving the princess. You guys have nothing of interest to say. We're going to go in here. What do you have to say? Never does a brave person steal. Well, I'm not stealing. I earned the stuff I'm taking. Oh, good. 7 gold. It's real worth it. Oh, good. 9 gold. What? Wait, I thought you get a thing in here. Okay, that's... I'm not pleased by that. How many keys do I have? Only 2 left. I'm gonna have to go stock up, it looks like. Boing, boing. We're gonna go down here first. Let us wish the warrior well. May the light be thy strength. You're not gonna do the flashy thing, huh? I'm looking for the castle cellar. I heard it is not easily found. If thy hit points are high enough, by all means enter. Yeah, so I'm at 46. Hey, I wanted to talk to you. Stop moving. In Garenham, look for the grave of Garen. Thou must push on a wall of darkness there. Yeah, so that is going to be our next thing to accomplish, I would say. Although I am going to take a side trip to get some more keys, because, again, I don't remember how many you're supposed to have. I'm just not certain. Hi. When the sun and rain meet, a rainbow bridge shall appear. It's a legend. Magic... Oh! This guy... Oh, he sells them for a lot of money. It's these damn tangible taxes. Oh, right. I forgot there was a cap. Oh, 6 was the cap, so I just magically had the right number last time? That's funny. Well, that actually saves me a little bit of wandering. So I'm happy about that. So I think we just head over to Garenham now. I want to see something here. So yeah, Garenham, I recall, was a bit of a grind. Well, normally it's a bit of a grind for this game. Not sure how it's going to be playing it this way. Yeah, it should be said, I beat this game one time. It was legitimately. It was a long time ago. And whenever I revisited it, I don't stick with it for long. Like, I usually drop off shortly after the first chance you get to visit Garenham. Usually don't make it to Cole. Rarely would I find the princess again. So from here on, I'm definitely going off of less memory, so to speak. Which is why I'm going to really need help when I'm playing DQ2. You know, it's just not one I know very, very well. I think the furthest I played into that was to get the 2 party members in there and then just kind of stopped. Oh, get out of the way of the door, you stupid NPC. Wink, wink. Alright. Whoop. I want to talk to you. Once there was a town called Huxness far to the south, but I do not know if it still exists. Foreshadowing. They say that Erdrick's armor was hidden long ago. I suggest making a map if thy path leads into the darkness. Yeah, no, I've got a map up here at the side. I hate people! Go! Leave me! I thought, yeah, one of these we can walk through, but let's take some stuff. Oh good! More useless... useless treasure. Oh good, an herb. An herb. And another torch. Jeez. What do you guys gotta say? I'm too busy. Ask the other guard. He's gonna say the same thing, right? Yep. Mm-hmm. You guys are funny. You guys are real funny. Which one is this one? This takes us to Deuter's grave. That's his name. The harp attracts enemies. Stay away from the grave in Garenham. Don't you tell me what to do. I am the hero of this game. I will mess you up, old man. I'm doing a little savey save. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna just go off of this map I've got here, just because, I mean, it's not a super detailed map. If anybody's curious, I have a walkthrough from Game FAQs that I've just looked to make sure what is the next town, am I right? But most of the stuff that I've been looking at, in just like glancing here and there, is the maps from RPGclassics.com. Anybody who remembers RPG Shrine, it's from that place. So it looks like to the lower right there is a door, and that'll take me to some stairs. So that's where we're gonna go. When I say not super detailed, I don't know that they put where treasures are on this one. So, in case they didn't, we're not getting too much experience from these guys. In case, oh wait, I'm going the wrong way. That might lead to a situation where I'm missing something. Actually, you know what? Now that I've said that out loud, how about I actually look and see what they say you're supposed to find in this grave. So we are supposed to find... Oh, we're supposed to buy a silver harp. Although it says herb and small amounts of gold and a cursed belt. I think he meant to say items to find. So let's do this here. On one of the maps, they actually... I can't tell the way that it appears on here. So yeah, that was the wrong way. I didn't mean to go there. We're gonna go up and around. I could have looked. I don't know who maintains the stuff for RPG Shrine. I do know for these older versions of the game, some of the stuff is in need of an update, a little sharpening, if you could, of the scans on here. There's always a chance that what I'm actually seeing are the scans from something like Nintendo Power from back in the day. But I don't know for certain. I'm just guessing. And that RPG Shrine stuff would have been from before Retro Mag's day and what have you. Alright, so we are in the upper right corner of a place that has immediate stairs next to it. Oh, we got into B2. Oh, we were in B1, so that makes sense. We need to get to B3. So the stairs we're right by lead to just a dead end. So we don't want to worry about that. I'm trying to figure out how, I don't know that I can work my way backwards on this map. They didn't do that thing that you normally see, which is A to A, B to B, etc. I have some Suikoden 2, I think it was, a strategy guide from there. It might be a Prima one. I'm not certain on that. And, you know, anybody who ever followed that kind of stuff knows that Prima has a bit of a history of wrong information. So, I know that they have, boy, what do I want to say for that? They've got stuff that I just know is not right. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, so that brought me to the center. This is a dead end, I believe. So, yeah, you know what? We're going to go back up. Boy, I think I want to go to the out, or the south, blah, 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 west. I was about to say left and west, and that just wouldn't have made any sense. I think I got a lot of experience from that dragon fight, so I might be about to get to 10 pretty soon. But yeah, so the issues with the Suikoden 2 thing that I've got, that I've noticed, I think the third time I was playing through that game, I decided to say, hey, let's use this with me. It wasn't organized the best as far as chapters went. It was giving you some information a little too early. Fine, whatever. But they didn't do the A to A, B to B thing for the maps. They tried to actually have lines drawn, which, okay, you know, you're trying. But some of them were just wrong. They sent you into the wrong place. I don't know. That stuff always... strategy guides always seem like a real tough business to be in, because you're trying to meet the release of the game. Things can still change. You got a Spectre. All right, did we get where we needed to be? We have found the silver harp. That's all I wanted. I don't want the cursed belt, because you may have heard it's a cursed belt. It's not how I like my clothing or my furniture. A Druid Lord. Not that it matters. But yeah, that stuff is so hard. I wonder, somebody out there might know the answer to this, but I've always felt like Brady games, not perfect. Anybody remember that Final Fantasy IX Play Online strategy guide? But Brady games has always seemed noticeably higher quality. Even just from looking at it, there was like the clean whiteness to those covers that they would have. And the paper material felt mostly the same. That's not the one. I want this one. But yeah, they seem better. They seem to have better information. And I just wonder what the inner workings of all that was. It's to the point where after I started buying these, I started noticing a lot of the same names. I want to say the name David Cassidy is one of two of them. I can't think of the other one at the moment, that were just names that you saw on the cover of these that you got used to seeing. Almost like anybody who was playing 8-bit and 16-bit, especially 16-bit, Square games, especially Final Fantasies, you probably got used to seeing, I can't remember if it's Ted or Robert Woolsey, the guy who essentially is translating all of these for us. Did I find my way out? I did find my way out. Okay, cool. Do you have anything to say? The harp attracts enemies, stay away from the Graven Gear. Oh! Wait. You know what? Hold on a second. I wonder if I just wasted my time by exiting that place. Let me see. Uno momento. Okay, I actually think we're good. I think I'm A-okay here. I was starting to be under the impression that I might have meant to stick around there, and I didn't. But no, I have to go. I forgot that grave he's talking about is, yeah, it's by that town where we got the flute, Cole. I don't know why I always try and take the long way. So we're gonna go there. But, well, we're not going to go there. We're going to head in that general direction and then go walking a little way away from it once we get in its general direction. Now we're back to the area where we were making some money from these first people. I mean, considering this is the 3rd hour, I think, that we're playing this game, and here's where we're at, that's not too shabby, you know? So it does definitely save time. It does let us get things done. Which I appreciate as the player. I'm hoping you guys appreciate it too. And of course, you know, there's so many, if you want to see straight normal playthroughs, there are so many YouTubers out there who've done that. Definitely look for the smaller channels, give them some love, you know. It's just how I am about, you know, buy indie, you know, the same way with YouTube channels. Look for the people who, I have a specific bias. I am very against watching videos from those channels where the thumbnails are pictures of people making a goofy face. That, a couple of years ago from the time I'm recording this, I know that research was done and it got around. I question the conclusions people took from that research a little bit. But I'm also not an expert, so what do I know? But so many people started doing it, and so now I actively avoid that. There's a couple YouTubers I like that do that, but it's kind of like too late. It was before I realized it was such a common thing. The people that come to mind for that is Game Grumps will do that, though they often will at least have theirs drawn sometimes, so they can be all over the place with it. I don't actually know how to say his name despite having watched a lot of his videos, but Mapoclops, who I think is fantastic. Very much enjoy what he does. His are always his face, and then you have... I didn't expect this to be the castle music. Then you have... what is her name? I can't move forward until I remember what her name is. Gab Smolders. Hers is usually her face. Although... I don't think she makes a goofy face. I think it's closer to of just here's the face. You know, might have changed. I haven't checked her stuff out in a few months at least. So I don't know. Whatever. Let's talk to this old guy. Thou hast brought the harp. Good. I have been waiting long for one such as thee. Take the treasure chest as I disappear and don't tell you how. And we found the Staff of Rain. We are getting closer to what we need. Stupid fighter's ring? Okay, I just adjusted its position. I guess it's working. Oh, right. I forgot Gwaelin's love was an item. Forgot about that. Can I use this? Good. Get that out of my inventory because I feel like there's only room for 1 or 2 more things here. And I need to get rid of this torch next time I'm in a place. Okay, so we've got ourselves the Staff of Rain. Let's see. That's actually something that's a good idea. I cannot recall if I opened all the doors in Cole. Oh, wait, no. I did do that. Yeah, hang on 1 second. I want to see on this map. I can't remember the name of the town. Okay, there it is. How do we get there again? Oh, we got some walking to do. Yeah, we got to actually pass. Okay, we got some walking to do. All right. We're going to go to an area we have not been before. Cantlin is the name of the town we're headed to. How am I on keys since I'm right here? I can, you know what? Let me buy some keys. Just, I can only hold 3 more. Might as well just grab them. How is a regular scorpion still attacking me before I have a chance to do anything? Come on now. Come on now. In this way I can confirm. Yeah, because I did talk to that guy. Oh, I didn't unlock the doors. Oh. Glad I did come here. I thought I did. I did not. That gives me another exit as well. What do you have to say, guy? Hast thou found the flute? I have. Go to the town of Cantlin. Well, that's where I was going anyway. Like, read the newsletter, man. Oh. Oh, wait. Oh, it's Rimalder I get the keys. You know what? I'll just get the ones in Tantagel, even though they're more expensive, because... should I talk to this guy? I don't know that it's important to do so. Nope, he's still just calling me brave, so, okay. Please don't hit on me, sir. Yeah, we'll just build up some money here. I don't know when the next level is. 1800 maybe? I could look, but I'm too lazy. Oh, Magidrakey. I don't mind paying the premium when I'm cheating. Wow. Guys, don't even approach me. Yeah, see, this one's dumb. He doesn't get it. I am excited to finally be doing this Tropeacetic thing. It's going to be a lot of work. It's probably going to be delivered in an extremely messy fashion. Any advice you guys give me, I will take into account 100%. Just keep in mind, we are talking about... I've made comments about how Rob and I usually will record things a few months in advance. Pixel Pack and Mama tends to be several more months in advance than that. This is going to be way beyond that. Just because I think it has to be. I think it has to be in order to make sure it can be done, that it can work. Take that for whatever it is. So yeah, any good ideas out there that I go, yeah, I want to do that and I know how to implement it. Also, it's going to take a long time before we actually get to it. One thing I don't know yet, and Rob and I were talking about this, is I know for sure Tuesdays are going to be the primary day for episodes of Tropeacetic. We can call them Tropeacetic Tuesdays and, pat ourselves on the back. But some of these, like, I worry that for the type of game... Okay, note to self, I need to always make sure I have one key on me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, because otherwise I have to walk all the way up to Cole again. some of these are like, I feel like the episodes of this, you're going to want to have them come out more consistently, especially once we get into the longer ones. I'm alleviating that some bit by, you know, trying to make this something that happens quicker with these grinding improvement cheats. But it might be a Tuesday and Saturday thing. It's really hard to say. Because another problem that we get into is the amount of hard drive space that I work off of, because for this you got to actually definitely work off of a solid state drive, and that's the primary drive on the computer that we use. But we back everything up on external hard disk drives. I would like those to also be solid state ones, but you get a lot more memory on the HDDs, and they're so much cheaper in comparison. So it's like, these are going to be episodes not just recorded in advance, but they're going to have to be produced in advance, uploaded, ready to go when their day comes, that kind of thing. Which is why it's gonna needle us a bit. We're gonna have those episodes sitting there and just think like, oh, it'd be great if we could clear out 2 at a time per week. But with the number of different things we can run into, I just don't want to take those chances. I'm also not a completionist. This is something else I hadn't really realized I should discuss on the intro video, which, boy, turns out I wasn't as organized with what I wanted to cover on that as I thought I was. I'm not a completionist, generally speaking. I often will start out as one and then start to fall off and just start wanting to pound through things, kind of. It's why I had referenced before Final Fantasy VII and Chocobo Racing. If that stuff started much earlier, I would be all for it. But by the time you actually can do it, I've already been materia hunting and what have you, and I just want to go. Just go. I'm going to pop in here. Let me save real fast, but I don't remember being able to really do much here. Yeah, I don't think I should do that just yet. That's the destroyed town. So now I gotta find the bridge. Oh, the knight. Let's see how fast I can take him out and how hard he hits. He hits hard! I'm glad I saved when I did. Oh, that's a lot of experience, though. So here's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to grind at least one level here. Let me actually take a look at what the level guide says, because I'm 9. Yeah, I'm going to definitely get to 10. Probably not 11, though. We'll see. So I'm going to have us do a rough cut here, and I'll be back in a second. Hey guys, we're back. This is us getting to 10. I actually think I am going to grind to 11, but I wanted to show the levels here. As a side note, I think we had a conversation with Rob while playing something else where I said, sometimes cheating at games the way that I do it just to save time causes a game to be more difficult. I just twice got taken out by a Magiwyvern that got the jump on me, put me to sleep, and took me out in 2 hits. So it's a real thing that happens. Let's see how much more powerful I will be at 10. Power increased by 4, not bad. Speed by 9. Hopefully that'll stop what I just went through from happening. Not much more in hit points or magic points, but I do get a new spell. Stop spell, which they've been using on me constantly. I don't really plan on using it on them, but I'm going to go ahead and power through to 11, maybe even 12, so I'll be back. Alright guys, popping back in. Oh man, this has been A lot tougher of an area to take on, but I just killed a metal slime, and I'm now going to become level 11. So let's see how we've powered up here. Power by 5 and response speed by 4, not too shabby. Hit points 7, that's helpful. No new magic spell. I got more work to do, I think. I'm going to have to go to 12 because these have been tough. See you in a bit. Okay, so we're going up to level 12, and I still think I need to grind out some more levels. I'm just way too underleveled to get through this without a whole heck of a lot of hassle and annoying things to watch for you guys. So I actually picked a few monsters in this area, bumped them up with the amount of XP that they give out to speed it up on my end a bit, but let's see how we level up with 12. Power by 7, speed by 5, those are pretty good. Only 1 extra HP, I could use more. But I learned a new spell. Let's see what this new spell is. Outside, okay, hey, that'll save us some time, especially for where I think we're going for the next, well, maybe not. Well, whatever. That's what we got. I'll see you guys in yet another second. All right, we're back. It's time to go up to 13. I have finally noticed a little bit better performance over these monsters that I've been fighting. Still a little rough. Still going to do some more. Going to 13, my power increases by 3. That's not great. Response speed by 8. I am constantly, or near constantly, attacking second, so I'll take it. Hit points by 7, thank you. MP by 6, and another new spell. Let's see. I was hoping it was Heal More. It's not. It's Return. I don't know how late Heal More comes up. Return is useful, at least. Whereas outside is questionable. I'm going to get back at it. I will see you guys. All right. 14. Here we go. I'm finally much more consistently attacking first. Still a close call here or there. Power by 8, that's awesome. Speed by 7, that's awesome. Hit points by 7, I'll take it. MP by 6, no new spell this time. Where are you, Heal More? So, I'm definitely going to go to 15. We'll see what happens. See you guys in a moment. Okay, here we go. Reaching 15. I no longer have to constantly save scum before every fight. Power 7, that's nice. Speed 9, very nice. Hit point 7, MP 2. Oh, a new spell? Is it what I wanted? Nope. It's the Repel spell, which I don't remember how well that did or did not work. I'm gonna go definitely to 16, maybe to 17. Until I kind of get Heal More. I think I need it so that I'm not bothering you guys with these little heals all the time like this. So give me another second or two. Alright, it's time for another level. Sweet 16 gives us only 3 power, but 6 speed. Hit points only 5. Woo, MP by 23, jeez. But that's it. So, yeah, let's go. Now I'm saying 18. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Level 17, almost to 18 now. No increase to power, but speed by 8. 8 hit points, 5 MP, and a new spell. Is it the one I've been waiting for? It is finally Heal More. Yay! I still want to get to 18, and then we will finally get this episode going proper. Okay, well, here we go. We are now about to be 18. I have no idea how long the video is actually going to be up to this point. For me, it's a little over an hour. We'll talk about that a little bit more in just a second, but at this point, I am ready to proceed on now that we are 18, which I think might actually be over-leveled for what we need to be, but boy, that suddenly became rough there, so I had to do all that. Wow, power went up by 12. That's a crap ton. Speed is a solid 6, a lot more hit points at 13, magic up by 8, not bad. So let's heal ourselves up here, and we will continue on the way we were going. I'm leaving those bonus XP things going for the time being, just because I was thinking while I was doing this that this actually wound up being a great example game to start with about how I'm going to approach cheating for the time on these. I'd really rather not do what I ended up doing, which is cutting and trying to figure things out time-wise from there. What I am doing right now is actually I want to make sure I'm in the right part. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, wanted to check out the map a little bit. Actually, let me move this out of the way here, because that is in my way. Okay. This is going to be, in the end, a pretty solid example of how my approach to cheating is going to be. When this started, it was simply, MP, let's not worry about magic points going down. That way I can heal on the fly and just proceed on. Then it became, okay, let's boost the money that I'm getting a little bit. Then it became really nothing for a while. Nothing additional until the sudden brick wall I ran into. And then I just went on from there. You'll notice I'm still not going infinite HP. It's not exactly one hit kill, though I've got that excellent move thing going on. It's kind of... I don't want to completely break the game while also understanding there is a mission for this show beyond just, hey, play a game. And so maybe that'll give you guys a little bit of an understanding about what I'm looking at and what I'm looking to do here. Because it's weird. I get that it's weird. It's definitely different, and what have you. But this game wound up being a great showcase for exactly that. Whew, I may have to use that repel spell soon because these fights are just going. I forget the name of the town that we're supposed to be going to. Cantlin? Ooh, a star wyvern. I'm glad I just saved. I don't remember how tough they are compared to the other wyverns. Looks like they're just faster. Alright. Finally getting out of that one particular part of the map that I felt like I was looking at for a very long time. Like I said, I don't know where we are at time-wise on this episode, which sucks, but hey, what are you gonna do? I gave myself this dumb mission. Now I have to live up to it. I'm surprised this knight went before me. I feel like I've leveled up enough that I wouldn't see that for a while. And I was wrong. Oh, did I not pick the right path? Well, let's keep going and we'll see. Yeah, and so you're seeing the enemies that I was facing for the most part. So nothing too crazy. You know, it's mostly recolors that we're dealing with at this point. And of course, early on with the Dragon Quest series, you don't see spell effects per se. So wait, was there a thing at the tip here? No, I remember now. Okay. I don't remember if you get into fights going through this. You do! Asked and answered. A&A. Oh, we're going up to 19, because of that cheat still being on. Power only by 2, speed only by 2, so we must be getting a spell. HP 14, MP 7, and we learned a new spell. What did we learn? Because I do want to heal more. Hurt more, okay. Honestly, I haven't been using the hurt spells on here. It's something you use quite a bit playing the game normally, but for me, no. Wait. I don't think I took the right path. Was there supposed to be... Hold on, let me think here for a second. No, I think I'm confusing that with something else. I think I'm going the right way. Okay, yeah, there's a bridge here. Does this let me wrap around to the north? I have a map open in one of these tabs. I should just be looking at it. Okay, yeah. We're fine. Everything's okay. Don't you heal more yourself, Star Wyvern. Get out of here with that nonsense. Yeah, there it is. Oh, the golem. Right. Yay. Okay, I thought that was the case. Am I hitting him pretty good? Oh, yeah, I didn't even need to do that. Okay. Ha! Look at all that nothing you get from him. I do want to sleep and get those MPs up in case that matters soon. Hi, is this Cantlin? Yeah, welcome to Cantlin, the castle town. There's other places that have castles too. Oh, why make an NPC merchant move? I know what you deal in. Give me stuff. Wait, really? Okay. You know you got crap, right, guy? Okay. I'm gonna smack you, guard. Gonna give you a smack. Yeah. Let's sleep. Let's see what these max numbers actually are. 118 and 115. Whew. Loaded. What shall I get for thy dinner? Are you getting my dinner? 'Tis said that the Dragon Lord hath claws that can cleave iron and fiery breath that can melt stone. Dost thou still wish to go on? Well, yeah, I have to. Thou art truly brave. No, I'm cheating. It's cool. It's not as scary when you're cheating. You deal in tools. None of the ones that I need. What do you have? Come buy my radishes. They are fresh and cheap. Buy thy radishes today. Okay. Welcome, we deal in tools also. But different ones than that other guy has. I know nothing. Alright, that's Jane Snow over there. Oh good, I can use these. Yeah, please get to the desk. My grandfather Wynn once had a shop on the east side of Hawksness. Okay. Thanks for wasting my time. Is there a door into this building is my question. Might be hidden. Oh, freaking guard, get out of the way. Okay, yeah, it is just like a guard outpost thing. Said that many have held Erdrick's armor. The last to have it was a fellow named Wynn. Oh, well, so now I know why I know about Wynn. Magic keys. 98 gold. Highway robbery. Is that? Okay, yeah. So we're good. We deal in weapons and armor. Yeah, do you have good stuff? You do. Oh, okay. You got the flame sword and the silver shield. Flame sword first. Yep, take this stupid broadsword. Yeah. Do I look like I have a silver shield? Excuse me? How much was that? Oh, it's 14.8. I thought it was 12.8. I thought I had exactly enough. Wow. Some fairy water for 38 gold to keep the... Oh, no, that's just for repelling. No. Grandfather used to say that his friend Wynn had buried something of great value at the foot of a tree behind his shop. Yeah, that's right. I remember that. Hey, it's Nestor. We found him. Hey, where am I? No, don't tell me. Okay. If you didn't know where you were, wouldn't you want to? Oh, you deal in weapons and armor too? Yeah. Nothing that I don't already have had or have better. 'Tis said that Erdrick's sword could cleave steel. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Hi. To learn how proof may be obtained that thy ancestor was the great Erdrick, see a man in this very town. Ooh. I don't actually remember this part very well. Oh, this guy, I'm guessing. Oh, how bad is that hurting me? That's hurting me pretty bad. Those are definitely rougher than the poison places. Yeah, wow, look at that. That's a lot. Let us wish the warrior well. May the light be thy strength. Thou may go and search. From Tantagel Castle travel 70 leagues to the south and 40 to the east. Is that talking about the cave south of Romualdar? And is that the only reason I had to talk to you? Do you realize how inconvenient this was? Okay. I feel like I didn't accomplish anything from coming here. I wanted that shield, but that didn't really work out too well for me. So yeah, I know we need Erdrick stuff now, because that's all that they're talking about. So... Well, I guess it's time we go to Hawksness, right? So yeah, that's what we'll do for this episode. We'll end this episode after we hit up the Hawksness area. So I guess this was worth coming to just because of the flame sword. I'm having a hard time finding the value of that trip. Video games. But again, for me, it's still way ahead of the amount of time that this would have otherwise have taken. And for you guys, especially with the cuts that are going to be put into place. So, you know, mission is still being accomplished. And to be honest with you, like, this is all the same day for me. I knew I would be able to do all of this in one day. That's going to be one of the challenges. So we normally do our recordings on Saturdays. Not every Saturday, but a lot of them. And for playing RPGs and actually getting stuff done, the best days are going to be the Saturdays we're not recording. And then Sundays, which are usually, I don't have much going on purpose for a Sunday. Mondays sometimes. Mondays and Fridays are tricky because usually I'm working out. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays I'm definitely working out, and that's not going to happen because work and what have you. Sometimes I'll have a Monday and Friday off. That'll help me out there. Saturdays, maybe. I'm working out. That's usually likely. There's the two most likely days that I'm not going to be spending time doing that are Wednesdays and Saturdays. It's the schedule that I've ended up building for myself over time. Oh, hello, sir. You used to be a boss. Now look at you. So it's just tricky. Like, Sundays is going to be when I have to get most of this done, but when I start one of these games, I'm going to want to proceed as much as possible to get them done within a reasonable time, so I know how many episodes are we dealing with exactly, going through the record that we're keeping of how did this game or that game score. So, like, we're not done with Dragon Quest 1 yet. However, we can go ahead and say this game is going to start off as the Alpha and the Omega. It's going to be both the most and least tropey game until we finally play the second one. It's just how numbers work. Yeah, thanks for finally waking up, Aleph. That was what was doing me in before. I kept running into that particular type of wyvern, and then it's like, oh, I'm going to attack first, and you're asleep. And then just 2 hits at that point was all it needed to take me out. Sucks that I didn't get the silver shield, but I almost have the money for it now. Almost. I don't think I would have had the... Wrong one. Would have had the money for it if I didn't buy those extra keys. Actually, that's another thought. I should see how many of those keys I do have, because I need to remember I need at least one. Yeah, good. Talk to nobody, Ryan. Because... Okay, good. I got 5, so I'm almost maxed. Just because you can use the return spell and stuff to get to Tantagel, and I've got those wings that'll do that too in the meantime. And that just is more convenient for me, I feel like. I do remember when you finally get to the Dragon Quests that are like, oh, actually you can use this spell for anywhere that you've been. And you're like, yes, thank you. It's very helpful. And of course, Dragon Quest will give you vehicles over time. Final Fantasy does that too. But yeah, anything that makes traversing go more smoothly. Okay, speaking of smoothly, I don't entirely remember... I think there's a boss fight. There's a tree we need, right? We need to see the tree. Oh, maybe... No, I might as well build up the gold. And any experience that I get too. Yeah, I don't remember this well enough. I'm definitely going to have to go buy the guide, or the map at least, when it comes to the Dragon Lord's castle. Yeah, it's this one, because the tree's in the back. Oh, werewolves. The damage band, the min-max part of this is really wide. I'm hitting the same enemies sometimes in the 50s and sometimes in the 70s. Yep, there it is. The Axe Knight. How dare you attack first? Look at my excellent moves. You really gonna put me to sleep? You're gonna be that kind of guy? Wow, that fight is always so much worse. It's very weird to do this. There's the armor, and now I don't have to worry about the crappy... oh wait, does he just put it on? He does just put it on. Okay. I do want to heal more. Just in case. So let's exit this town, and then we will take a moment and take a look at our list. We're not going to go through all of the middle ones because there are so many to go through, but we're going to get a chunk of them out of the way. So yeah, we'll stand right here, do a little save. Okay, so now I'm looking at the middle time frame ones, and like I said, there are 123 of these rules. Yow, that's a lot. So we got to go all the way down to rule number 4 to get started here. The cubic zirconium corollary. The aforementioned mysterious girl from one of the previous rules will be wearing a pendant. We can stop reading because we don't have that character. There is no FF6 Terra character or what have you here. Rule 5 is the Logan's Run rule. RPG characters are young, very young. I'm going to stop reading right there because we're not given the age, in-game at least, of Aleph. So, moving on there. Trying to, not take too long on these. We can skip the next one. Rule number 6 is this single parent rule, and you can already get an idea of what that's about, but we don't have a parental situation in this particular game, so let's not waste time reading the ins and outs of that one. Rule number 7 is some call me Tim. So this one says that good guys will only have first names and bad guys will only have last names. There's more to it than that. However, we're not going to go on from there because the bad guy in this game, that it goes on to talk about. Ours is the Dragon Lord. It's more of a title than a name, so it's not going to fit here. Rule number 8, the nominal rule. Any character who actually has a name is important in some way and must be sought out. However, if you are referred to as part of a possessive noun, such as Chrono's mom, then you are superfluous. We don't have the superfluous example that they have here. You have King Lorik, you have Erdrick, you have Aleph, and you have Princess Gwaelin. And the few people who've had a name are important in some way, so I'm going to go ahead and give this one it, even though it doesn't have the second half of that. So so episode 3, we got that one right there. Rule number 9 is the compulsories. Now, there's a lot of these here. This is about locations, and I sort of reference them either in the beginning of this run or of this game, or for the entry or the intro to what Tropeacetic is. So, there's always a fire dungeon. There is no fire dungeon in this one. An ice mage or an ice dungeon? No. A sewer maze? No. A misty forest? No. A derelict ghost ship? No. A mine? No. A glowing crystal maze? No. An ancient temple full of traps? No. A magic floating castle in a technological dungeon. I don't remember what the special area of the Dragon Lord's castle looks like. I think those are no's, but I'm going to give them question marks for the time being. Rule 10, the Luddite rule, or the George Lucas rule. Speaking of which, technology is inherently evil and is the exclusive province of the bad guys. No, we can stop right there because it's going to start talking about advanced technology. We don't see that in this game, and in fact, you actually don't see it very often in the Dragon Quest games early on. Later on, you get some stuff like I'm remembering DQ7, your time travel, there was the robot place, so there is some of that there. We can skip Rule 13 as well, the higher the hair, the closer to God cloud rule. We don't have the hair situation here. We've got horns on our helmet. Looks like we've got another multiple part one. Several multiple part ones here. The next 3 rules. Rule 15 is the Hey, I Know You rule. Says you will accumulate at least 3 of these obligatory party members, which means that I can instantly move on because we don't accrue any party members in this RPG. The next rule, 16, is Hey, I Know You Too. You will also confront or be confronted by at least 3 of these obligatory antagonists. So we've only got 1 antagonist in this game, but let's check this out just in case. They have the amazingly good-looking and amazingly evil long-haired pretty boy who may or may not be the ultimate villain. Not here. The villain's loyal right-hand man. We can stop now. There is no right-hand man for the villain in this game. The villain's attractive female henchman. Nope. Your former ally. Nope. An irritatingly honorable foe? Nope. The insane clown or jester? None of those. A mad scientist? There's no mad scientist in this one. Or an adorably cute little creature? Nope. We can move on to Rule 17, which is, Hey, I Know You 3. Furthermore, expect to encounter most of the following obligatory NPCs. The townsperson or crew member who wanders aimlessly in circles and never quite gets where he is going. We almost had that with Nestor. Nestor got somewhere. We don't know why he was going there. It doesn't seem like he's wandering aimlessly. He's just lost. I'm going to say no on that one. Hilariously incompetent or cowardly soldiers. No, we haven't got that feeling from these soldiers. The NPC who has a crush on another NPC. Nope. A group of small children playing hide and seek. That is a common one, but we don't see it here. The wise and noble captain, king, or high priest. You know what? Everybody seems to like King Lorik, so we are gonna go ahead and say yes on this one. The wise and noble captain, king, or high priest, splutteringly evil second in command. No such character here. That is the wrong button again. Cancel. I almost deleted the entire sheet. The NPC who is obsessed with his completely mundane job. We don't have such a... I gotta stop hitting that button. We do not have such a character. The adult NPC who has nothing better to do than play kids games with any passers-by. No. Or a group of young women who have formed a scarily obsessive fan club for one of your female party members. That makes me think of Final Fantasy VIII. That was absolutely weird. But no. Scooting right on along here. Rule 18, Chrono's Complaint. The less the main character talks, the more words are put into his mouth, and therefore the more trouble he gets into through no fault of his own. Definitely happens to Chrono. We are a silent protagonist, but we don't have the issue here with this one, so we can move on. Rule 23, Oh brother, where art thou? Melphis rule. If the male hero has an older sibling, the sibling will also be male. We can move on, we don't have siblings. 26, the local control rule. Although the boss monster terrorizing the first city in the game is less powerful than the non-boss monsters that are only casual nuisances to cities later in the game, nobody from the first city ever thinks of hiring a few mercenaries from the later cities to kill the monster. We don't actually have... So we were just in Hawksnest, something happened there. We did fight this special knight guy, but there is no real menacing of other towns despite one NPC making such a reference, so we're going to move on there. That makes me, the local control rule makes me think we might run into that with, if anybody remembers, Legend of Legaia, because that town you start in, you're kind of under siege from monsters. Rule 29, the indestructible weapon rule. No matter how many times you use that sword to strike armored targets or fire that gun on full auto mode, it will never break, jam, or need any form of maintenance unless it is critical to the story that the weapon breaks, jams, or needs maintenance. A lot of games are going to have this one definitely be active. I remember when I was preparing for this and reading this rule, I was thinking to myself, should I only count a game where the unbreakable weapon breaks only because of a plot point? And I think so. I think this one should only be activated when that is put in place. Otherwise, most games are going to get this because most RPGs, you don't have that kind of damage modeling in the weapons, while also most of them don't seem to have a plot point about a broken weapon either. So I'm going to say no. I just wanted to explain that in case anybody was like, well, your weapon's indestructible in this one. That's why. It's not about its indestructibility. It's about A, this game does not have a destructibility mechanic, and B, despite A, it ends up breaking because of the plot at some point. Number 32, you can't kill me, I quit. The safer rule. The good guys never seem to get the hang of actually arresting or killing the bad guys. It goes on more there, but I already can tell that's not going to count here. Right now, the Dragon Lord's just sitting around waiting for us. 33, and now you die, Mr. Bond, the Beatrix rule. Fortunately for you, the previous rule also applies in reverse, so again, we're not interacting with the villains in this way, so we can move on from there. Number 34, Zap. Most villains in RPGs possess some form of teleportation. I'm not going to read on from there. We don't actually have this. I'm thinking a lot of Galleon showing up in Lunar, and then just zapping himself away. You know, but not in this one. It's funny because now that I'm thinking about it, in the Dragon Quest series, you really do spend a massive chunk of these games not interacting with the villain very much until you get to Dragon Quest VIII. I don't remember 5 or 6 very well because I know there were issues about those getting translated and released here. So I don't know that I've ever played those now that I think about it. But 8, you do run into that crazy clown guy, Dual Magus, I think his name is. Number 37, the fake ending sequence. I don't think there is one of those here, but I'm going to put a question mark in case I've forgotten something. The full rule is there will be a sequence which pretends to be the end of the game, but obviously isn't, if for no other reason than because you're still on disc 1 of 4. I hear you, Final Fantasy VIII. Rule 38, you die and we all move up in rank. During that fake ending, well, we can skip that because we don't have it. Rule number 39, what are we going to do tonight, Vinsfeld? The goal of every game, as revealed during the fake ending, is to save the world from an evil figure who's trying to take it over or destroy it. There is no way to escape from this formidable task, no matter whether the protagonist's goal in life is to pay off a debt, to explore distant lands, or just to make time with that cute little girl in the blue dress. It will be necessary for him to save the world in order to accomplish it. Take heart, though. Once the world gets sorted out, everything else will fall into place almost immediately. So here's another one. A specific way that I'm taking this is that to earn this point, your mission can't be from the beginning to fight the great evil. Instead, your mission has to be, I got to rebuild my finances, or I'm trying to do something completely unrelated, and maybe even kind of be dragged into the heroism a little kicking and screaming. In this case, you're the descendant of Erdrick. This is what you're meant to do. 44, not invented here. Trade of technology will not exist. One place in the world will have all the techno gadgets while all the others will be harvesting dirt. Not in this game. We need that technological city location with a lot of the normal basic towns elsewhere. 45 is the law of cartographical elegance. The world map always cleanly fits into a rectangular shape with no landmasses that cross an edge. So, this one's going to be tough to apply because I feel like, generally speaking, that's usually the case. There's not going to be many that don't do this. And this world map, you have to be able to find a world map that you cannot slice a vertical or horizontal line clean through it without crossing a landmass, is the way that I'm treating it. And looking at the world map for this one, there is no such line that you can do. Or there is a place where you can do that, and that's how the world map is oriented, is what I mean to say. So yeah, we got another point here. Go ahead. I don't know why this is continually losing that. Okay. Canis mas macho, the Fargo rule, is rule number 46. Every powerful character you attempt to seek aid from, and we can stop reading because we don't seek anybody's help. Rule 48, Zidane's Curse, or the Dirty Pair rule, an unlucky condition in which every major city in the game will coincidentally wind up being destroyed just after the hero arrives. That was Burmecia in Final Fantasy IX, I think. That specifically I remember happening. Doesn't happen here. Rule 52, the Insomnia rule. A free stay at the inn is never really free. Can skip that one for now. We aren't going to have that kind of plot device. 53 is the Bling Bling rule, the Bling Bling thing, aka the Lamina rule. No matter how much money and treasure you acquire, the greedy member of your party will never be satisfied and won't stop griping about the sorry state of the party's finances. Lamina, I believe... Wait, Lamina? Maybe this isn't the reference I think it is. Lamina Ausa is Lunar Silver Star, the mother of Mia. I can't remember what the name of the Mia-like character from Eternal Blue was. Was that Lamina? Maybe. We don't have such a character, so stop thinking about it, Brian. Just move on. Number 55, Houdini's Postulate. Anyone, whether they are in the player's party or not, who is placed in any kind of prison, fortress, cell, or detention block, will escape immediately. Not such a thing that's going to happen here. We don't have that kind of level of plot at the moment. 56 is Siegfried's Contradiction. Just because someone is weird doesn't mean they're important. Just like Siegfried of FF6, don't have that issue here. 57 is the Natural Monopoly rule. No city will have more than 2 shops unless it is crucial to the story that there will be 100 vendors which you must visit in a certain order. Certainly untrue on this one. We went to Cantland. There were tons of shops and they had different things, but there was no requirement to visit them all. 58, but they don't take American Express. Every merchant in the world, even those living in far-off villages or hidden floating cities, cut off from the outside world for centuries, even those who speak different languages or are of an entirely different species, accepts the same currency. That is true in this game. However, I'm going to say no, because up to this point, we had a question from episode 1 about, are there other countries? I still feel like Tantagel Castle is the only castle in this world other than the Dark Lords, or the Dragon Lords, I mean. And so I feel like this is all taking place in just one country. And as long as I'm postulating that and sticking with it until being told otherwise, of course the same currency is being accepted. So no issue there. Number 59 is the apathy principle. Your group is the only bunch of people trying to save the world. All other would-be heroes will either join your party or else turn out to be cowards and or conmen. I'm going to say no, we don't run into other heroic figures so much, and the ones that we do are the descendants that are handing you these objects, and they are handing them to you. So they're trying to save the world as well. They're waiting on you. Number 61, the henchman quota, the Nana, Saki, and Mio rule. That's Grandia, I think. One of your antagonists will have 3 lovably incompetent stooges. We can stop right there, not the Dragon Lord. Number 64 is Ayn Rand's revenge. Outside the major cities, there is no government whatsoever. Of course, perhaps that explains why it's so difficult and dangerous to get anywhere outside the major cities. Let me read that again. Outside the major cities, there is no government whatsoever. You know what? That's kind of true. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and say that. Maybe that can be argued that this isn't quite in that spirit, but I'm going to go with it for now. 74, if you meet the Buddha in a random encounter, kill him. When you're out wandering around the world, you must kill everything you meet. People, animals, plants, insects, fire hydrants, small cottages, and so on and so forth. Not quite the case in this game. You're not running into anything other than the monsters you would expect to kill. 75 is the law of numbers. There will be several items or effects which depend on the numerical value of your hit points level, etc. We don't have that in this game. Number 76 is the magical inequality theorem. In the course of your travels, you may find useful sounding spells such as Petrify, Silence, and Instant Death. However, you will end up never using these spells in combat because of a number of reasons we don't have to go on for. We don't have those kind of spells in this game. That is definitely much more a Final Fantasy thing than it is a Dragon Quest thing. 77 is the magical inequality corollary, which is that when the enemy uses those, they're very effective. Again, still same situation there. 78, Pretty Line Syndrome, or Crash Bandicoot the RPG. Seen in most modern RPGs, the key to completing your quest is to walk forward in a straight line for 50 hours, stopping along the way to look at, kill, and or have meaningful conversations with various pretty things. There's nothing pretty about Dragon Quest, come on. And we don't walk in a straight line. 81 through 84 are related, even though they are different rules. First is Dungeon Design 101. There's always goodies hidden behind the waterfall. No waterfalls in this one. Dungeon Design 102. When you are confronted by 2 doors, the closer one will be locked and its key will be hidden behind the further away one. Not happening here. Dungeon Design 103, or the wallpaper warning. Your progress through a dungeon will be indicated by a sudden change in decor, different wall color, different torches on the wall, etc. Nothing different at this point. Rule 84 is Dungeon Design 201, or the interior decorators anticipated your out-of-body experience, which means that most dungeons will include hidden passages which are nearly impossible to see from a bird's eye view, yet would be blaringly obvious from the party's perspective. Doesn't happen here. Reminds me, well, actually, hold on. I need to back myself up. You know what? This game actually does have that. We had to go looking at the gray buildings to figure out which one of these wall pieces is an actual door. So you know what? Yeah, this does indeed have that. Even though that's much more in line with what you're going to find from like Final Fantasy 4 and 5 come to mind on that one. I'm actually going through all of them on this one after all because I just remembered, yeah, this was a shorter episode than I think it is because of how much is going to be cut. So let's just get through these middles here. Rule 87, supply and demand axiom. Killing a powerful enemy will usually yield an item or weapon that would have been extremely useful if you had gotten it before killing that enemy. That's not how items work in this game. That also doesn't feel like a Dragon Quest issue to me. 88 is Edison's lament, no switch is ever in the right position. We don't have any switches here. We don't have to worry about that. I do love that cliche, though. 91, wherever you go, there they are. Wherever the characters go, the villains can always find them. We don't have that kind of interaction in here, so we can move on. 93 is the put and tame rule. The average passerby will always say the same thing no matter how many times you talk to them, and they certainly won't clarify any of the vaguely worded warnings or cryptic half sentences they threw at you the previous time. Here's one where I made a note to myself that I said to treat it as based on whether or not the NPC says something else after major plot events. So if major plot events happen and none of the NPCs of the areas we already visited ever change what they say, then that would be this. However, we already know after saving Princess Gwaelin, people did change what they said, so that's not true here. And I think I would kind of combine that with the idea of multiple text boxes. I know that the Lunar games were really good at that, where you talk with somebody, they say one thing, you can talk with them again and kind of continue the conversation or get something a little different. Number 94, Franklin Covey was wrong. Sticking to the task at hand and going directly from place to place and goal to goal is always a bad idea. This is all about how if you're playing an RPG and you know where you're supposed to go, you go there last. Not really true with Dragon Quest I, it's just not that deep. 95, selective invulnerability principle. RPG characters are immune from such mundane hazards as intense heat, freezing cold, or poison gas, except when they're suddenly not. Surprise! Not the case here. We don't have those kind of biomes. Number 98, and the one we do have, the poison does actually impact you. 98, experience not required. In fact, actually, when you consider you can't see in a dark cave, this game is the opposite of that particular cliche. 98, experience not required. When the main character is forced to do some complex or dangerous task for the first time, even though he has never done it before, he will still always do better than the oldest veteran. We don't have those kind of mechanics or plot points in this game. Rule 100, getting near the end of the middles, I believe. Science magic equivalence, aka the Citan or Citan rule. Citan. I think that was that the second main character from Xenogears? No, I don't think that's right. Although mage's specialty is magic and scientist's specialty is technology, these skills are completely interchangeable. That actually makes me think of Luca from Chrono Trigger. Rule number 1, and so that's a no here. Rule 103, near-death epiphany, the Fey rule. Oh, hey, speaking of Xenogears. If the party is not dealing damage to a boss character, then there's a better than even chance that someone will suddenly become enlightened and figure out how to do so. Not going to apply here. The Wutai rule, Final Fantasy VII, no matter what their mythology, include a land based on ancient Japan. No, not here. Japanese game that sticks with for the US release, it's the old English way of speaking, but they keep it medieval this whole time. 105, Law of Mooks. This is a two-parter. Soldiers and guards working for the evil empire are, as a rule, sloppy, cowardly, and incompetent, and the members of the heroic resistance faction are, as a rule, dreadfully weak and undertrained and will be wiped out. We have neither of those in this game, so we can move on. 108, you do not talk about Fight Club. Any fighting tournament, we can stop right there. There's no tournaments or anything in this one. 110, the miracle of automation. Similarly, any factory, power plant, or other facility that you visit during the course of the game will be devoid of any human life except for the occasional guards. We don't have those kinds of facilities. 111, principle of archaeological convenience. Every ancient machine you find, stop and move on. We don't find anything like that here. 112, they don't make them like they used to, the Sid rule. Modern day machinery. We can stop right there. 115, law of scientific gratification. If the hero needs a new invention to progress, he will find out that somewhere in the world, someone has spent his or her entire life perfecting this invention. Not a thing here. 116, you always travel in the right circles. Whenever you meet a villager or other such incidental character who promises to give you some great piece of needed knowledge or a required object in exchange for a seemingly simple item, be prepared to spend at least an hour chasing around the world, exchanging useless, innocuous item after item with bizarre strangers until you get it. Boy, that's so close to happening here, right? The thing is, we're not trading innocuous items, so it's not the bar of soap from Suikoden 1 situation, so I'm going to say no. 117, talk is cheap rule. Nothing is ever solved by diplomacy. We don't have those kinds of plot points here, so we can move on. 118, stop your life. The Setzer rule. No matter what kind of exciting dynamic life a character was leading before joining your party, we can stop right there. Rule 124 is the Gojira axiom. However, this is going to feel like it would be a multiple pointer, but I decided to keep it as one. This is about giant monsters capable of leveling cities. I'm not going to read any further. We don't experience that in this game. Rule 25, you couldn't get to sleep either, huh? If any character in the game ever meets any other character standing alone at night looking at the moon, those two will eventually fall in love. We don't have that here. We don't have a lot of the plot-based ones here, you know. 126, absolute power corrupts absolutely, the Althena rule. If a good guy is manipulated to the side of evil, we can stop. That doesn't happen in this game. 127, all is forgiven, the Nash rule, Suikoden, I think, which is sort of related to the previous one, so we can move on from that. 128 is the first law of fashion. All characters wear a single costume which does not change over the course of the game. The only exception is when characters dress up in enemy uniforms to infiltrate their base. So I've got two thoughts on this one. The first one is I don't think on its face that works here. We see our sprite change once we start getting some equipment. But I think what's more important here is that this one needs, I think, both conditions to be true, which is your sprite always looks the same except for a plot point that requires you to dress up as something else. That doesn't fit here either. The second law of fashion is that any character's costume, no matter how skimpy, complicated, or simply outlandish, is always completely suitable to wear when climbing, and it's going to start talking about biomes that we don't experience. We can move on. Rule 130 is the third and final law of fashion, and this is about futuristic settings, so we can already say no to that. Almost done here. 131, the first rule of politics, the Chancellor's axiom. Any advisor of a major ruler, we can skip, we don't have one. Second rule of politics is the scapegoat's axiom. Related to the same thing, we can move on. Last rule of politics is that kingdoms are good, empires are evil. No, I don't think we have that dynamic going here. I can't really count that for what the Dragon Lord is doing, so I'm going to say no. I think you need more established locations like the Figaro Kingdom versus the what the heck was the name of the empire with Gestalt in Final Fantasy VI? I think it needs to be that kind of give and take in the story. 136, dealing with beautiful women part 1, the Yuffie rule. All good-looking young females, we can stop right there. Oh wait, you know what? Actually, hang on, let me read this one. All good-looking young females are there to help you. This rule holds even when the girl in question is annoying, useless, or clearly evil. Do I count that with Princess Gwaelin? I'm going to say no. You guys can absolutely tell me I'm wrong and this should count as one, only because I think this is based on much more fleshed out characters. So I'm going to say no to this. I can be swayed, I think. Rule 137, dealing with beautiful women part 2, the Rouge rule. All good-looking middle-aged females are out to kill you. Again, we don't have one of those situations here, so we can move on without reading the rest. 138, well, so much for that. After you've completed your mighty quest to find the object that will save the known universe, it will either get lost, get stolen, or not work. Does not happen in this one, as far as I remember. 142, thank you for pressing the self-destruct button. All enemy installations and city-sized military vehicles will be equipped. Well, we can stop right there. We don't have those. Oh, uh-oh. Okay. Oh, boy. The screen may have just gone out for you guys because I hit a button that I kept telling myself stop hitting. So we can go on. You're just not going to have music for these last handful. No such self-destruct button thing, so we can move on from that. The falling rule. An RPG character cannot fall any distance onto anything without suffering anything worse than... We don't have a fall that happens here. Material Science 101. Gold, silver, and other precious metals make excellent weapons and armor, even though in the real world they are too soft and heavy to use for that purpose. I guess we have to go with that. That silver shield would have been an improvement. So yeah, this one does take the point. Material Science 201 is that everyone you meet will talk enthusiastically about some rare metal. No, we don't have that here. I'm concerned that that isn't coming back on. 148, Gender Equality, Part 1, the FINA rule. So this is probably going to be a no right off the bat because, yeah, no, I'm going to move on from that one. The Tifa rule is Part 2 of that rule, so we can move on from there. 152, Stealing the Spotlight, the Adia rule. No, we don't have anybody briefly joining our party. 156 is the Sephiroth Memorial Escape Clause. Any misdeed up to and including multiple genocide is forgivable if you're cool enough. We don't do anything like that here. 159, bad is good, baby. The heroes can always count on the support of good-hearted vampires, dragons, thieves, etc. We don't have that. Oh, cool. The music just came back on for me, so I'm going to make sure I save so I don't lose that. I think what happened when I accidentally locked the screen is that it had to reconnect to my hard drive or something. Anyway, seriously almost done, like 3 or 4 left here. 160, good is bad, baby. So the opposite of the other one, we don't have those character dynamics here, so let's move on. 161 is related to that. That's the General Leo exception. Same situation. 162... no, that has to do with henchmen. Let's skip that. 163, all the time in the world, aka the Renoa rule. Unless there's a running countdown clock right there on the screen, you have as long as you want to complete any task, no matter how incredibly urgent it is. I'm going to say no. Nothing's rushing us time-wise here, but I don't think that fits the spirit of the rule. Last one for the middle game rules. Know your audience, the Vice rule. Every woman in the game will find the male lead incredibly attractive. Yes, there's only one with a name that matters. And, oh wait, no. You know what? That doesn't fit the spirit of the rule because it says every woman in the game, not every female character. And we don't hear that from the NPCs. In the examples that I'm thinking in my head where that does happen, even the NPC females will make comments like that. We didn't see any of those. So I'm going to actually say no. Just misses it by a hair. That was almost one. So let's look at the updated countdown that we have so far. We have 16 cliche points. This is nowhere near as high as I thought it was going to be. And of course, the last group that we have, it's about 83 left for the later game. There are a couple question marks we have to go back to, but we've almost got it. We're almost there. So I will see you guys on the next episode. maybe the next episode will be the last one. I might split it in two. It depends on the time. Take it easy, peeps. Thank you for joining me. And hey, we've almost finished our first game. We'll have our first number to compare everything to. Bye, guys.
Let's Player needs food badly.